Approximately 500 people attended Congressman Frank Lucas's town hall meeting at Autry Technology Center Thursday, spilling the group over to fill two other rooms at the Career Tech Center. Lucas said historically there is plenty of rooms at his sessions, but the issues on the table for Congress now, including health care and cap and trade, both issues Lucas said he opposes in current form, have attracted public concern. One of the first questions Lucas faced at Thursday's session was questioning why health care cannot be subsidized as is agriculture, a measure Lucas does support.
Farmer and rancher out there has the option to apply for these programs or to let them go if they don't want to, right? Why can we not have that same option when it comes to health care?
Ag policy is one of those things that can't be done on a state-by-state basis. It has to be a national issue. I think it's money well spent. I don't deny for a moment that there are not problems in health care that have to be addressed. My challenge is how to preserve the good things that are in the present system and meet the needs in a way that all of you will support that exist outside of the present system.
Cap and trade also was on the agenda as a viewer watching Lucas from one of the spillover rooms submitted a written question to Lucas inquiring as to whether that measure, already passed by the House, has a chance of passing the Senate.
Speaker Pelosi and the White House worked very aggressively to get the bill passed right before the 4th of July week-long recess. No, I didn't vote for it, but a bunch of my colleagues did, or at least enough to pass it by one vote. They went home and were scorched by their constituents. Scorched! The Senate saw what had happened to us in the other chamber, and all of a sudden Senator Boxer determined instead of marking up the bill, taking it up in committee in July, she'd push that back to September. I think that's a sign, my friends. Now, bear in mind, we in Oklahoma have a very important player in this process. Senator Inhofe is the ranking member on the Environment and Public Works Committee. He's the one that has to deal with Senator Boxer. So you've got a guy, a person, on the front line. If it does pass, I do not expect the rest of the world to follow our lead, and I would unfortunately expect the consequences on the U.S. economy to be devastating.
Lucas also faced questions about health care.
What's the goal of the bill? It is to address the potentially 42 to 47 million Americans who at present do not have health insurance.
Lucas said that number includes millions who choose to be uninsured and those who are in the country illegally.
The bottom line is the base bill, the consistent part is they keep talking about something that will cost around $1.6 trillion. That's a huge amount of money.
Enid resident Mary Rumpf asked about the abortion clause in the measure.
What would they think in Washington if all the pro-life people in this country refused to pay their taxes next year, if they passed a bill with pro-life in it?
Sections of the drafts that I've seen would mandate, what is the term they use, that abortion services be provided. That's going to create a rumble across the country if that language is actually in there. There are a number of healthcare providers, hospital institutions that do not believe that that is appropriate or acceptable. My fear is it will cause a number of charity and religious-based healthcare providers with hospitals and clinics simply to close their doors. So that would be the devastating effect right there.
Lucas said all of these issues will be addressed in the next 9 months, politically speaking.
If they can't move this agenda by May 1, 2010, I know that's a long time, but in the political scheme of things, that's not very long. If they can't move their agenda by May 1, 2010, it will not move because the majority, all of those underclassmen, will suddenly become totally and completely focused on re-election day 2010. You won't be able to pass anything in the House. Even if the Speaker has a 40-seat majority, you won't pass this kind of stuff. What is the only instinct that is stronger than the instinct in a politician to be elected president? It's be re-elected. If this stuff doesn't happen by the 1st of May 2010, it will not happen until January of 2013.